It's an absolute honor and privilege for me to be over here. This is actually the first time I'm getting the chance and the opportunity to interview someone in my career and in my life, for that matter. And I don't think I could have chosen a better subject could have been chosen for me. So it's a real privilege, and I'm hoping this goes wonderfully. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, I think firstly, as I just mentioned right now, it's an absolute privilege for me to be sitting in front of you. How does it feel? I mean, when this happened in 2018, there was a lot of movement out in the country, and people like it became a really big thing. I think with social media and everything, things kind of get sometimes for the right reasons. So when all of this was happening, and it shook a lot of us at our very core, the values, the things that we believe in, the things that we stand for. What made you take up the case in the first place? I mean, because it was probably not the popular choice at the time. So, what made you? What drove you towards taking up the case?
I think you're talking about the case.
Yeah, yes, I'm talking about the Kathua Rape case in
Kathua
particular. Yes,
Rape case.
yes.
It actually took place in January 2018, and everyone started coming to know about it. Media took up it in April 2018. I started working on the case in February 2018, and no one knew about the case when I guided parents to approach the High Court for getting the investigation, which was done by the crime branch, to be monitored by the High Court, and we filed a writ petition in the High Court at Jammu for seeking the monitoring of the investigation, because you all know how political leaders got involved in hushing up the case, in making it a communal issue, giving it communal color. So in a way, trying to save the accused. So I believe at that moment, as a lawyer, as an activist, my first advice to parents was to, you know, to take it to the High Court, so that it is in the High Court and High Court decides the best. So I must tell everyone, the charge sheet which is pending before the court at Pathan Court, it's a High Court monitored investigation. So trust me and have faith. The investigation has been done in a perfect manner. See, media trial was there with respect to media persons. Even I think we must be having media persons here also. But something went wrong at that moment. We kept on telling people. I have even faced harassment. I have faced abuse. I'm still facing. No one knows me. No one knows me, but people abuse me. I don't know why. They believe those stories. They don't believe us. They don't speak to us. They don't try to know about us. A fake stories, a lot of fake stories on Google about me. No one tries to ask. No one tries to ask me, I have you actually done it? Was it a fake case? No, it was not. The crime branch has done wonderful investigation. And let me tell you one thing very clearly today. It being a false case, the High Court would have dismissed it outrightly when the investigation was monitored by High Court. All the arrests, you please check their record. I'm here today before you on this stage. I would not lie. I'm a lawyer by profession. I have no reason to lie today before you, especially when I'm talking about Kathua Rape case. Check the record. All the arrests were made after the High Court, the Honorable High Court in Jammu issued directions. Only one arrest was made when the case was not taken up in the High Court. All important arrests, and the seriousness started reflecting only when we went to the High Court. Had it been a false case, the court would have dismissed it outrightly. Court would have not shown the interest in monitoring the investigation. So it is a High Court monitored investigation. Let's pray, let's hope that it ends in a way, in a perfect way, and child gets justice. So you asked me like what made you to take up the
Yes,
case.
madam.
I'm an activist. I'm a lawyer. My commitment towards the downtrodden, my commitment towards the other, made me to take up the case. And above all, I'm a lawyer. I have read professional ethics. Professional ethics, when I was studying, we were taught like we don't have a role only to play inside the court. We have a role to play outside the courtroom also. So that is what made me to take up the case. And above all, I'm a woman, I'm a mother. So it is very important that you realize and you be sensitive to an extent that you understand the issues. At that moment, it was very important to be with the family because everything was. I mean, I could see like पूरा एक गैंग बन गया था जो कि केस को हश अप करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे. And I recently spoke to a doctor wherein the postmortem of the girl was conducted, child was conducted. He said, Deepika, 2 घंटे उस बच्ची की लाश बाहर. No one came and saw the child. No one came to cover the body. So that is the scenario. अगर उस समय हम लोग नहीं आते सामने तो टुडे ट्रायल केस पठानकोट में केस शिफ्ट नहीं हुआ. So it was like something from the God's side. I think the child was watching. She managed to do it.
I think it requires a lot of guts and bravery to take this case up. So a round of applause. My next question to you is after you took up the rape case, if I'm not mistaken, it was the family of the deceased who asked you to withdraw from the case, right? And as a result of that, you had to. Yeah, please.
That is in November 2018, 16th November 2018. Even I was surprised. Interestingly, they dropped me when case is going peacefully. They did not drop me when I was required, when I was actually facing threats, abuse, and everything. So at that moment, when I took them to the High Court from February to April, ending with getting the trial transferred to Pathankot, they were there. They got the things done by me. Okay. Now, since the trial is peacefully going on in Pathankot Session Court, so they felt like they should drop me. I don't know what were the reasons, but they're very innocent people. Maybe a lot of politics was going on. A lot of politics is still going on. Maybe someone has misguided them. Let me tell you one thing very clearly again today. See, in criminal trial, in state cases where the FIR is registered, the trial is done by the public prosecutor, the government lawyer. I am not a government lawyer, I am a private lawyer. So I can at the most take them to the Supreme Court, High Court, represent them in some other case. But when it comes to a criminal trial, it has to be done by a government lawyer from the prosecution side, from the victim's side. The defense would be represented by the private counsels. So I am from the prosecution side. I am not from the defense side. When the case is pending, this time at the max, what I can do is I can watch the proceedings, but I cannot conduct the trial. I cannot speak there anything. Four public prosecutors, which I've been telling to everyone, but people somehow are not ready to realize and understand. And I was surprised when media started conducting stories. Oh, she's been abandoned. She's been dumped. These were the terms. I mean, a lady who fought like hell in April, since February till April, how can she leave the parents this way? How can she? I mean, I did not leave them. I'm still with them. It is just they've been misguided. Only my attorney, where I'm not required in trial, four public senior lawyers are public prosecutors are conducting the trial. So I am not required there. At the max, I can keep watch, keeping watch of the trial. So you know, so I was doing that. I'm happy. I'm not. I'm answerable to my conscience. I'm not answerable to anyone. I'm not feeling guilty. I'm not feeling like, oh my God, I abandoned them. Or yeah, I did not. The case has been transferred peacefully, beautifully, and well it has been recorded. So I'm not. I'm answerable, and I'm happy. I'm answerable to my conscience, not to anyone else. I don't need a certificate from anyone that she's a nationalist or she's an anti-national. I don't need a certificate from anyone. Thank you.
Also during this entire period, there were some death threats that you had to face. So, did at any point did it make you cynical? Did you ever question yourself that maybe I should not have taken this up because I mean you're talking about something really really serious. I mean at the end of the day, it's your life that's at stake, and in many cases these threats come from very unknown quarters. And how was that? I mean, were you ever torn between what you believe fundamentally is right and with everything else that was
I
there?
was never torn. I never felt weak. I never felt that I should have not taken up the case. It never came in my mind. It, but when I saw people abusing me, it rather encouraged me. It rather made me feel no, I was right. I took up the case. So it was strength. It was strength. Yes, at times you feel like how can people do it? They don't know ABC. They don't know anything about the case. How can they start abusing and extending threats? See, let me tell you one thing. Like I'm a Kashmiri Pandit, a Brahmin by birth and married to a Rajput from Rajasthan. He was an army officer. Now he's abroad, and I'm not a bar member in Jammu and Kashmir High Court Bar Association. I'm not the bar member. I was expelled because that moment only when I was expelled in 2013, I stood against a lawyer who had kept a 12-year-old girl in his place as a domestic help, and that died. That child died. That girl died. It was said that she strangulated herself and committed suicide. I did not believe that. Parents approached me, said, we need to get it investigated. So the lawyers there in the High Court, few of them approached me and said, you stop supporting parents. You are a lawyer, you should not do it. I said, one who violates law is my enemy. It should be everyone's enemy because we are governed by law, right? So that time when I did not scam, they expelled me from the bar membership. I'm no more the bar member. In 2012 itself, 18, when I said no, I need to appear, and our bar president said no, you don't need to appear. I said no, I need to. He said okay, if you will keep appearing, we'll teach you a lesson. Again, I'm not lying. I have a witness जिसका नाम मैंने disclose अभी तक नहीं किया है. He was standing with me. I was holding his hand, and I would be producing him any time before the court whenever it is required. He threatened me, and it was only after his 13th case was taken up because the story was done and the media started writing about it. See, my going against my community, my going against the lawyers, wherein I am working for last 10 years, was an extreme step, right? I I thought no, I have to because they cannot stop me. Things would go easy in a way, like थोड़े साल के बाद चीजें ठीक हो जाएंगी. Love things are improving now. So that time it was very important to stand against them, and I stood. Uh, Jammu mein still, I must tell you, like I mean, I'm a single mother in a way, not officially parted, but in a way separately. I mean, putting up separately. My husband is abroad. I'm in Jammu. I'm putting up. I was putting up at rent. See, few things. I'm sorry. If I take little more time, a little
Please,
more
please.
time, but then I was putting up at rent with my daughter when I started taking up this case in the area at Jammu only. So our chief minister at that time, former chief minister Mrs. Mehbooba Mufti, she said like, okay, you need to be in a safe place. So we'll shift you to our government accommodation. This was an issue which has recently been created, and I faced huge abuse on this point only. Oh, she took up this matter because she wanted a garment Bangalore. How poor it is, how cheap it is. Are we brought up like this? Are we educated? Or we are just literate? Go and check the record. See the Facebook, see the Twitter, see everything. You would find people writing nonsense about us without confirming the facts. Two bedrooms I'm having. It's like not that well furnished. A very small house I'm putting up with my daughter. Moment the garment fell, I received a verbal notice. Said you vacate. How when we talk about women empowerment, right? We talk about constitution. We talk about directive principles of state policy. We talk about laws. One government puts a woman in the house, says we are there to protect you, and the government falls. The other one comes, you vacate, without even thinking that directive is against her. I'm I'm called an anti-national. Look, do I look like an anti-national? Do I look like an anti-national? Have you heard about me earlier before 2018 that she was an agent of Raw? She was an agent for some national agency? No, I'm being called, I'm being tagged. My daughter will be again said that she was an agent of a she is a daughter of an agent. This is what our Samaj is all about. I'm tendering apology, but most of us are like this without confirming the facts. I've seen the media stories without taking my quote, without confirming things from me, without consulting a senior criminal lawyer, a public prosecutor. She has been dumped without knowing that a private lawyer cannot pursue a criminal case. This is how you are outraging someone's modesty. Outraging modesty is not only touching the body, outraging modesty is outraging the character of a person also. Right? So this is all our Samaj is about. This is how we talk about. We only, we are paper tigers. Am I right? अंग्रेजी में सिर्फ बात करते हैं हम लोग, इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करते कानून को. The day we start implementing the law with our strong will, I'm sure हम लोग women empowerment की बात नहीं करेंगे. Right? So today I'm at a threshold where I'm been told to vacate. Trust me, I swear on everything around me. जो भी मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा प्यारा है, I'm not getting a house in Jammu. You know why? Because of the false media trial. No one holds the responsibility of covering facts. The other day I went to see a house because I really don't want to have the possession of the government house. I really want to vacate. I'm not getting that peace there. Peace is more important than anything else. I'm not getting that peace there. But I need to have a place wherein I can put. I went to the governor of my state. He has blocked my number. Just imagine a governor of the state blocking my number and no one. Why would he block my number? Just imagine why. Just because I went to him and said, sir, हमेशा के लिए अलॉट मत करो, साल के लिए अलॉट करो, so that the narrative is changed and I get a proper place to be in with my daughter. He blocked my number. Maybe he was not feeded well about me. And there is no mechanism to confirm the facts. There is no mechanism used by them to know about a person. This is how we talk about women empowerment. And this is how, like, an activist is an anti-national, a politician is a nationalist. So I plan to join politics.
Wow. I need a second now. I think, ma'am, the problem in this country and nowadays in the world in general is that you're guilty until proven innocent. It's no longer the way it used to be. So all I can say on behalf of everyone in this room is more power to you. We're all standing by you, and I'm sure there are millions and millions of people, especially young girls out there, who look up to you, who probably don't have the courage to
I
stand
have a
up
message for everyone.
Absolutely. If you want a
I
nice message.
have a message for women, everyone who are outside. Please go. That little girl who came to this place and was interviewed by Rohit. Rohit, I'm a big fan of yours and your wife also. I've been seeing all of you on TV. I love you both. So, she's gonna be my inspiration. I swear. She has inspired me so much. I work on domestic violence also. I come across cases where women are beaten up, treated with cruelty, not treated well in their matrimonial homes. So there are a lot of cases. So even sex workers. You see women who are faced violence. I wanted to work with them and wanted to start something which gives them dignified survival. So this girl has given me a reason to do that. All my blessings to you.
All I can say, ma'am, is more power to you, and I hope there are plenty of such individuals who come up in our country and who are willing to speak out and do what is right, irrespective of what the consequences are. And it's been an absolute pleasure, and I would like to thank you on behalf of everyone in this room. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.